welcome and thank you for coming here. We've had a session since morning. If you have any questions, we could address them later. Mr. P. Balakrishnan would like to brief you on the proceedings of what we've had since morning.
Thank you for taking our invitation to be here this afternoon. We have been interacting with you in the lead to this program, and a lot of you have had opportunity to interact with us, and some of you have also provided some key coverage in lead up to this program. Thank you for that. This morning we had the program inaugurated by the mayor of your city. Also participating in the first program were the head of the National Cadet Corps of Nagpur, Group Captain Rana. There was Dr. Thackeray, who is a former advisor to the World Bank, person who has done key work in social awareness and socially relevant projects. We also had the Pro-Vice Chancellor of the RTM University, Dr. Pramod Diole, and economist and principal of the Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Dr. Mrinalini Fadnavis. The mayor shared with us key initiatives that the Nagpur Municipal Corporation is taking in terms of waste segregation, in terms of impressing on citizens of Nagpur the fact that food is an important resource that needs to be treated with respect. She was also inspired by her time here to say that they will leverage the relationships and opportunities that present themselves within their administration of the city to drive this message further to the last mile, to the people on the street, to say, let us treat our food with more respect so that we are able to reach more people with the resource that a lot of us feel is scarce. Dr. Fadnavis also gave economic perspective to this, quoting key statistics on the availability and distribution of food. I think all the speakers during the day have agreed that there is very, very little new ground to be broken. The problem is very specific, and the solutions are only limited by our ability to imagine and implement them. So this is how the first session went. Group Captain Rana gave a perspective of how food is important to the armed services, how they run a supply chain which reaches food to the last person at the last post, whether it be on the high seas or the remote mountains. But again, food is something that is understood to be key to sustenance, and that realization ensures that the armed forces respect this tremendously and ensure there is no waste at any point in their chain. In the pre-lunch session, we had Dr. John Menencherry of the Institute, Principal of the Institute of Social Work, Mr. Ashit Sinha, motivational speaker, Ms. Farhat Qureshi from the Orange City Water, and Ms. Sulabha Chakravarti, an environmentalist. Ms. Qureshi spoke about how water and food are inextricably intertwined, and was inspired by this program to say that they will find ways of using the Orange City Water platform to take this message of the importance of preserving and perpetuating food and eliminating its wastage to their consumers right down to the last mile. I think the greatest takeaway for us as organizers of this program today has been the appreciation of the fact that there has been a real perception of inspiration to the participants here. We believe that a lot of people who have spoken and who have been part of this program have been inspired to make this cause their own. This program is organized for this purpose. This program is organized to make innumerable ambassadors of the cause who will make the cause their own and ensure that they spread the message. I think the best testimony of the fact that this program has hit the nail on the head and has penetrated that message down has been the fact that we had virtually no food wasted from our lunch today. We had placards put all over the lunch service area that take as much as you want but do not waste. And we are heartened to note that this message has been taken in a realistic way where each person has owned the fact that they will apply this for themselves, and we are grateful that they applied it for their lunch, and we hope they will continue to apply it for theirs and others' meals going forward. The last session was the post-lunch session chaired by Dr. Keshav Walke, Director of the National Service Scheme. Participants were Mr. Hemant Lodha, himself a waste management professional, also chairman of the HRD Forum of Vidarbha Industries Association, Mrs. Vichitra Chopra, a social activist, and Mr. J.S. Saini, Director of the Civil Defense College. This was so I think another thing that heartened us today is the diversity in the panel, that there were people with very diverse core competencies, but who were clearly enlivened by the potential of the challenge at hand. And the last panel also brought out these perspectives, right from Mr. Lodha, who was candid enough to admit that if people stop wasting food, he will run out of business because he will not have waste to process. So yes, I think that is where we need to get. As communities, we need to get to points where we take nothing to landfill. The dry waste is processed, food waste is eliminated, and all other waste is treated responsibly to ensure that we consume responsibly and lead zero waste lives. Mrs. Chopra was provided a spiritual overlay to how food is life, and when food is respected as an integral part of the spiritual and divine blessing, it becomes integral to treat it with respect. Because if you are aligned to understand that everything comes from one source, then it becomes more difficult to disrespect that. Mr. Saini brought his experience in disaster management and the management of resources and how they become very challenging during managing disasters, especially with improved communication and throughput of information in real time. Disasters bring in very concerted response A lot of people send in a lot of relief material. A lot of this material is perishable. And while people on the ground are trying to manage a disaster, there is the additional challenge of managing these resources, which there is an outpouring in terms of donations. A lot of that goes waste. So he was highlighting the fact that it's important to be able to understand first what the needs are before responses are made, so that the responses are relevant to those needs and irrelevant responses do not end up in waste. So that is pretty much an overview of the program from this morning. We'd be happy to take any specific questions that the press might have. Basically, we believe that we have made, through this program, an impact on the people who have been here today. That is what this program is designed to do, and it is this kind of impact that provides further impetus to driving this program to more parts of this country, so that more people can feel this impact and more people can become ambassadors of this cause, and we can make a real dent in terms of reducing food waste.
So, the strategy is Dr. Walke is going to take it forward and have his 325, 3,200 children, and take it down to the grassroots. That's what.
27,000 volunteers.
Sorry?
27,000 volunteers.
27,000 volunteers.
And 315 program officers.
315 program officers.
4 districts.
In 4 districts. Thank you so much.
So I think your question was with regard to the Nagpur Municipal Corporation.
Yeah.
Right. So,
NSS or
no, he said NMC, Nagpur Municipal Corporation. So we are not here, our purpose is not to create strategic alliances. We do not have the ability to be implementers on the ground. We only have the ability to try and be catalysts, to catalyze people on the ground who will then partner organizations like the Nagpur Municipal Corporation, because this has got to be a citizens' movement. It has got to be a movement where each person decides, I am not going to waste food. And if each citizen of this country decides that I am not going to waste food, that is how the program is going to work. So we are not aspiring to be tactical partners of urban local bodies or non-governmental organizations. We are just here to touch individuals and catalyze those individuals and excite them and inspire them to understand how they can make this cause their own and how they can find other ways of making a difference. So we hope that other people in Nagpur will be able to partner with organizations like NMC and will become ambassadors of this. Any other questions, friends? We will have press releases in Hindi and English, which will... the press release have been given?
Press release in English has been circulated as a print copy. The Hindi and English will be mailed to all of them within an hour.
With the photograph.
With the photograph.
Yeah. So I think we have your contact coordinates, and we will be sending out photographs that have been taken by our people. With the press release in English and Hindi will reach you in soft copy probably by tonight or tomorrow. By late this evening.
Late in evening.
By late this evening, we will have this material reach you. Are there any other queries? This is the time. Okay, if there are no queries, we invite you to to treat yourselves to a high tea and request you not to waste food while you do that. And thank you, Nagpur, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And I'd like to request Shubho. Yes. I'd hand it over to Shubho to sum up.
Thank you. On behalf of SRS, I would like to thank all the speakers, the delegates, the volunteers and the media fraternity for being here today and taking out time and being part of this initiative. We thank Nagpur for being a part of this cause and showing a lot of enthusiasm, and look forward to being here again working on this cause. Thank you all, and please have a great evening ahead.